The Commerce Committee is here to meet to consider 4 of the President's nominees for Amtrak's Board of Directors. Amtrak is in the midst of one of the most significant transformations since it was founded over 50 years ago, thanks to the bipartisan infrastructure law. While President Biden may be the company's most high-profile supporter, I want to acknowledge members on both sides of the aisle here who continue to work on supporting Amtrak, holding the company accountable, and ensuring our constituents get the services they deserve. The company is working to improve and grow its services. This year, ridership is on track to exceed pre-COVID levels, and so far this year, it has returned the Northeast Corridor to operating in the black, making more in ticket sales than it costs to operate, and the company's service options are also growing. At the end of last year, the Amtrak added 2 round trips to the Cascade service between Seattle and Portland. In May, the Amtrak Borealis, a new state-supported route, began service between Chicago and St. Paul. And just last week, DOT announced Amtrak would receive a $64 million fund to advance high-speed rail projects between Dallas and Houston. That is just one of the 69 new passenger rail corridors in 44 states that the Federal Railroad Administration is working to develop in coordination with Amtrak. But despite these successes, challenges remain. In the wake of the DuPont derailment in the state of Washington, I've worked to require FAA to conduct an in-depth safety assessment of Amtrak. In 2022, FRA found 30 areas where Amtrak could improve, and while Amtrak has worked to complete 13 of those recommendations, more work needs to be done. The company also needs to significantly quicken its pace to become compliant with the American with Disabilities Act, as documented by the Amtrak Inspector General report. I want to thank my colleague, Senator Duckworth, for her work on that issue. This is the role of the Amtrak board, to ensure that Amtrak is meeting the needs of Americans' transportation system and using taxpayer dollars wisely. Whether it is wise and effective infrastructure investment and ensuring that safety remains the top priority, it is the job of these board members to make sure these issues are addressed. I especially want to thank my colleague, Senator Tester, for leading the fight to ensure that the Biden administration nominated individuals from the West. Thanks to his efforts, the nominees here today and the most recent nominee announced this week bring a board geographic representation that is much needed. Shortly, we will hear from the 4 president's nominees from the Amtrak Board of Directors. David Shaposi of Maryland, am I saying that right? Shaposi? Who has dedicated his career to advocating for people with disabilities, including veterans. And as I mentioned, Senator Duckworth fought so hard on this in the infrastructure bill. Samuel Latham of Delaware, who is a local labor leader and has extensive experience serving on public boards. Thank you. And Ron Batori, is that right, Mr. Batori? Of Santa Fe, New Mexico, who has had a long career in private rail industry, including serving as the head of the FRA administration under President Trump, and Elaine Clegg, who is from Boise, Idaho, who spent over 20 years of public service in local government, including current role as executive director of the Valley Regional Transit, which serves 650,000 people. So I look forward to hearing from all of you and your priorities, should you be confirmed, on ways to improve Amtrak and hold the agency organization accountable.